What of those who have 24 hours sunlight or darkness, how do they determine prayer times? So Amir Abdul Rahman is asking about people in Finland maybe, or in the Arctic, or in the North Pole, where they have sunlight for maybe 5-6 months and total darkness for 5-6 months. So how would they pray? First of all, prayer time is determined by the position of the sun. So if there is a distinction during the day between day and night, in this case one must follow the prayer times according to the sun. And we went through that in saying when to determine the break of dawn, how to determine the dhuhr, how to determine the asr, how to determine sunset, a maghrib, and then after the red twilight it disappears, this is the time of Isha. The second possibility, which is very rare, and by the way, number one is regarding areas where there can be distinguished times between day and night. So even if we go to north of England or to some of the Scandinavian countries where they have daytime reaching 20 or 21 hours and nighttime reaching 4, maybe 3, maybe a little bit less hours a day, this is still applicable. They have to fast the whole daytime. They have to pray according to the sun. The problem is, as Aminu Abdul Rahman said, is when we have countries that do not see the sun for so long. How can they determine when it is Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib or Isha if there's no break of dawn and there's no sunset? Or the opposite, when it's all day long, the sun rotates over the 24 hours and never sets. So how can they pray? This is a current situation that was not known to those before us. So the scholars had to dig in the evidences in the Quran and the Sunnah. And they found a hadith in Sahih Imam Muslim where the Prophet ﷺ was telling us about the Dajjal or the Antichrist and how he will come at the end of time and he will roam the whole earth and he will stay for 40 days. One day of these 40 days is as long as a whole year. So the sun takes a full year to rise, become in the middle of the sky, and to set. A full year, 365 days. And one day is equivalent to a month. And one day is equivalent to a week. So these are 3 days minus 40, we have 37 days. So the length of Dajjal staying actually on earth is 1 year, 2 months, 2 weeks, and what else? And 37 days. Yeah, that's it. 1 year, 2 months, and 2 weeks. 2 months and a half. How did we calculate this? 40 days. One is a year, one is a month, one is a week. So 37 days. Take the 7 days, that makes it a week. So we have a month, 30 days, and we have a month, these are 2 months, and we have a week and another week, these are 2 weeks. So 1 year, 2 months and a half. This is how long the Dajjal would stay on earth. The companions left all of this information because this is something that will happen in the future, and they will stand up for him or to him and fight him if he were to come out. But this doesn't concern us at the moment. The companions were more concerned about Salat. So they asked the Prophet ﷺ, O Prophet of Allah, the day which is equivalent to a year, do we pray the prayer of a day, meaning only 5 prayers? So the Prophet said, answered them by saying, no, you have to estimate, meaning a day that requires a full year for the sun to rise and set, you have to estimate it. So with watches, it's very easy to estimate. We have AMs and PMs. So we have to pray during the daytime, during the period of 24 hours, 5 prayers. The following 24 hours, 5 prayers. So the prayer of 360 or 365 days is going to be prayed during that long day. Okay, what does this have to do with the question of Aminu Abdul Rahman? Well, Aminu Abdul Rahman, the scholar said that from this hadith we understand that when daytime is 3 months in a row without a single hour of night, we as Muslims have to estimate the prayer times. And how is this done? Some scholars said that you have to apply the prayer times of Mecca, which is very far, and it is far-fetched because there is no resemblance between Mecca and these countries or these regions. The second opinion, which is the strongest, and this is the choice of Sheikh bin Baz, Ibn Uthaymeen, the Permanent Committee of Ifta, and a number of fiqh councils, is that these countries, these regions, must look to the closest adjacent regions to them that have a distinction between day and night. So for example, in the Scandinavian countries, when they have daytime constantly, if we go a little bit south and find that, for example, Birmingham or Scotland of the UK are the closest countries to them that have day and night, then so be it. They should follow their prayer times. So if they pray Dhuhr at, let's say, 11, and well, actually at maybe 1 or 2, Asr at 5 or 6, Maghrib at 9:30, Isha at 12, and Fajr at 3, then they should follow these timings, though they cannot see the traces by following the sun, either because it does not set or because it does not appear. And this is the most authentic opinion, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.